What's happening, man? This is the real DJ Gravy. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so every time I go live, though, you see it. Colombia's illegal coral dealer. I wasn't even gonna do another video today. I was done until I seen this. Let's go.
We are on our way.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna speed it up because I got ADHD and y'all already know what's cracking. You know what's cracking. Yeah.
To an illegal coral farm. We're here in Colombia where
Hold on, just a little bit too fast because his mic sucks.
saltwater aquarium trade is illegal. We know we're in a town called Medellin. Owner did not want
They're
to
in
know
Medellin.
where the farm actually is located. The owner of the farm is going to be disguised because he doesn't want us to know exactly who he is or where we are. We're about to find out together.
If you're gonna do something here with plants, with animals, with everything, it would be a problem.
The full video is in the description.
Those cats and cows.
People been caught before?
Yeah, it is risky.
Coral.
You could lose all
Yes.
the money. There's some people that have been caught. You will lose all the things you have.
Thanks for meeting with us. We've never done a video like this where we've had to disguise someone. We appreciate you meeting us and that you're willing to show us all this stuff.
I appreciate you come here. Let's see corals.
Let's see corals, alright?
Come on over here. Here in Medellin, we are like a community. This is a new farm. This farm is built all from zero with aquarium friends. They help me with the floor, with the roof, other with the electrical part.
How long have you been keeping corals?
I've been keeping corals about 7-8 years. Here in this tank, we have chalices, fabias, monchiporas, and some sort of zoanthids, acroporas.
You have a crazy collection here.
One of my favorite pieces.
Wow, that is a crazy piece. You don't know what it's called?
No, I don't know the name.
These green ones.
This is the anti-venom, like Tophiton, free care. Chalices, I love
Nah, I
chalices.
mean,
You got tons
you
of
gotta
kinds right
listen
here. These are all
because I don't know what the fuck is
chalices,
illegal or not.
Chalices, fabias, stylocoenia. I love Cypastrea. I want to have a big collection of Cypastrea. Samocoras.
So why exactly?
And I don't know why it's
hobby
illegal.
illegal here?
Thank
What's
you.
going on?
Here, it doesn't make sense for many things. There's problems with permissions. There's not a structure for telling you can't.
Slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, like what? What makes it illegal?
That's what he's saying right now.
Problems with permissions. There are problems with permissions. There's not a structure for telling you can have corals. It's not legislation for it, but the lack of clarity on the law make it illegal.
So the lack of clarity in the law here makes it not legal, which really makes it illegal.
In Colombia, we have coral reefs in the Caribbean. Here, coral is not treated as what we call fauna nativa. It is called hydrobiological resource. It means that any organism that have all his life cycle on the water is an hydrobiological resource. And as a resource, it could be used.
What about this big piece right here? This is huge.
It's a big lava chalice. This was like this size the last year.
Right here, you have a crazy mound of sun-kissed bounce mushrooms.
It was a pretty small piece. It was like this small piece. We start cutting and cutting and cutting. Now there's a lot of sunkiss. There are like 4 or 5 rocks that size.
How much do you sell those for in Colombia?
About $120.
Who taught you how to
Costs
grow
more
coral?
here. So
When
these
I
aren't
start,
really
I was used
illegal.
to see your videos,
They're
some
just
good
illegal over
reviews
there.
by video, some other from YouTube. All was
fucked up.
reading and start learning. That's the coral that give me the possibility to have all this. When I was a very young kid, I remember seeing some saltwater aquariums in United States, and that changed my life. When I was younger, my mother and I, we go to a store, and there we see only one small polyp, and I was in love with that coral. And one day it started opening, growing more and more polyps. I have sold more than 3,000 fracs of that, and with that money I started buying more coral. I used to travel to United States. I bought some corals that I took here, reproducing them, giving to friends, and keep doing the trips to United States, taking. I have taken 2,000 different species, making the aquarium bigger.
So this is how you sort of became the biggest coral seller in Colombia.
Here, it's the biggest amount of corals you can see.
So he's
for
taking
sale
them all
in
from the
Colombia.
United
I have
States.
Customers from all the types, from all places in Medellin.
How many hobbyists do you think are here in Medellin?
300 hobbies. It's growing. A lot of new people entering the hobby.
And then sometimes you'll even ship out of country.
Yeah, here have came people from Argentina, Brazil, from Bolivia.
I hope they not really
come
giving you
here,
niggas
they come
time,
here
bro.
to buy coral, and they take the corals and go to their countries. All the money I get from this, I use it to buy more corals, new equipment.
Bro, this nigga gotta cover his
maintaining on
face.
the hobby, not for getting money for
Like
it.
it's a drug.
So this right here, full of zoanthids.
And
Yeah.
I can see if he was
I
messing
love
up the
zoanthids.
ecosystem,
It's
but
my
like I said, he's
favorite
getting them,
coral.
you feel me,
For the colors,
legally.
The way of growing of the zoanthids is the best thing.
I want some of these. I want a couple of them. I just want like one or two just so I could beat the nigga, and I could do that. They got
Do you think you have some
they got
types of
these
zoanthids
at the
that
shows,
no
and
one
they
else in the world
expensive too.
It could be possible because some of them were taken from a diving expedition.
Yeah, but it's
There are some
expensive.
that are pretty rare that you don't find anywhere.
You were saying that the reason you like zoanthids so much is because how fast they grow.
Here they grow pretty well. They look like flowers blooming. All the time they grow more and more and more. I like to experiment on how everything affects or change the growing of corals. It's pretty interesting to do that because that helps you understand the way corals grow.
What are some of your favorite zoos?
Rainbow incinerators.
Dude, that is crazy. How much do those cost?
$143 for the track.
These zoanthids are crazy. These are what?
Uter chaos.
Oh, utter chaos.
Yeah, those are the reverse hallucinator. The fairy tales, one of my favorite ones. That one is sunflower zoanthids, often called radioactive evil eyes. They're pretty amazing.
Hey, I
and very rare
survived.
coral. They are very glowing.
These two right here are both really cool.
That one is acid reflux.
What are these? These are pink hippos, right?
Yeah, pink hippos. Here we call them Chucky's bride.
Chucky's bride.
Yeah.
Wow, you have so many different types.
Those are scrambled eggs.
These are scrambled eggs. There's something wrong with you. Like, you travel to the United States and collect all of these, and you grow them. Dude, you're crazy for having this many zoos.
Thank you, man.
Why do you think the government doesn't want to legalize this hobby here?
First, I think there is a wave that you may see around the world. That is the wave of the naturalist, where people only says, no, don't touch, don't do anything, leave it there, and that's all. And that's not. You should study the animals, know the growing, how is the growing. And that's a very difficult way we are having to lead in this moment because people doesn't know what they say and think you should leave it everything like that. And because of that, politicians doesn't want to make a problem with that people or with that organization.
So it's very political.
Yeah, it's pretty political.
What are the consequences if you get caught?
It's risky. You could lose all your money. You will lose all the things you have. They will take it from you. If you get 20 calls and the police take them from you, they will get dead. Doesn't know how to take care of a coral. There's no place to place them.
Has this happened before? Have people been caught before?
There are some people.
Aquarium fish rescued in
all the
Bogota.
mothers that I'm going to cut, preparing for Friday.
This red one you said you love, huh?
Yeah, I love it. Burning Bugatti Chalice.
How much is this one worth?
$400. Other coral that I love is the Graph Montipora, the red and green one. It's amazing. This is a sunburst Montipora. Now it's a little darker because of the phosphate problem. Here, you see, this was only 3-4 polyp track.
These are Fruit Loops, yeah?
Yeah, those are Fruit Loops.
What about this guy? What is this?
I couldn't find the name. Unknown Chalice. One of my pieces that I love.
This one is really cool. It's like a fuzzy looking coral.
Yeah, that Tophiton prick hair.
Whoa, hold on.
This, dude, this is some crazy mushroom.
They're called Rainbow Rhodactis.
This is a crazy piece. I personally really like mushrooms.
Yeah, it's one of the corals that some friends have given to me.
You got some really good friends, man.
Yeah.
If you could have a 1-minute elevator pitch to someone in the government about why they should legalize coral, what's your 1 minute?
Explaining the good things about the hobby, the great amount of information it could be taken for science. The global warming is getting worse every day. What are you gonna do for the corals? No, nothing. Stay there, leave it. You could do better things if you could study the animals, and it could be something good for culture or showing people what's the reef, what we are facing to lose if the things go on as they are with the global warming, with the trashes to the sea. It's a way to culture people.
What about this tank in the corner here?
Here in the corner is an oil frac tank. In this moment, I put other corals that had some problems when they were fracked. This tank works very well recovering the frac. It's a tank that I do not touch. Here you could see something pretty amazing. 3 of my babies. It's an avatar chalice.
The green one.
This is the same coral in 3 types of aquarium. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, these 3 corals, they're all the same coral from 3 different friends growing it. This is a really good example, guys, of how coral under 3 different types of parameters looks. So then you got some trumpets growing out of the water here.
What
Wow.
animals are legal to keep here and what animals are illegal?
Here it's very difficult to make anything with animals. Freshwater fish is illegal, but some of them have
Wow,
problems. They want
freshwater
to
fish
from
illegal
outside,
now?
problems for selling and having them. There's pretty good amount of freshwater shops here.
What's the
Okay.
quality?
You could find very good quality to very low quality. They have all the things.
And none of those stores offer saltwater.
No.
This tank right here, he says it's
Oh,
kind
only-
of out.
Have some
Freshwater,
problem
not
with
salt.
phosphates, and I was gone. A friend started feeding it. They put a lot of food on it, and it turns more brown than they were.
High phosphates.
High phosphates and nitrate, more phosphates.
I got something for you. I think you need some Fritz Aquatics Max Out. Have you seen this before?
He's
No,
an
I haven't
idiot.
seen this before.
This is a new product.
said, "Let me
from Fritz
plug
Aquatics.
myself."
It's Purigen, 3 times better. It's a nitrate and phosphate remover. It's like carbon.
Perfect.
You gotta use that.
Wow, yeah, I'm gonna use it. Thank you so much.
Why do you feel like it's important to take the risk of being in this video and showing your coral?
Because if we want people to know the situation here with the coral hobby, that is something that I love, we should talk about it. I love my country. I don't want to leave this country. I will want to stay forever and work here, my family here, and because of that, I think it's important to show the people. In some time, it will be possible to make this hobby legal in all the ways.
What do you think it would take to change it here in Colombia?
Some things I think would be make an association. All the people that is involved in saltwater keeping make something bigger that has force, showing that there's not only keeping corals for keeping corals and showing them in the house, and that it could help to science, to other topics like culture, to get people to know how is the sea, showing people that. But here is so difficult for that because no one is interested on making.
You have actually built the coral hobby here because you bringing corals here then started exchanging, selling, trading with other hobbyists from here, and those other hobbyists were benefiting from you bringing the corals.
Having corals is my life gets happier. I feel complete with this hobby, a very healthy hobby, and I think there is no anything that could be bad for all the other people. I'm not making any damage to anyone. I think police should be more concerned of other topics here that need to be resolved. Problems of robbery, drugs, things that are not something like having corals.
Wow, guys, I've heard about coral, the aquarium trade being illegal in certain countries. I've never actually experienced or heard from
not
someone
double.
in a country
It's-
where they
it's
aren't
this.
able to enjoy it, and it makes me feel very lucky to be able to freely keep my saltwater aquariums in the United States. It makes you realize how much you take for granted sometimes, the privileges that you have in countries maybe like the United States or others that allow keeping aquariums, saltwater aquariums. So it hurts actually to hear someone who is so passionate about aquariums. It's difficult to listen to him
Yeah,
talk
smugged
about some of
up.
the challenges that he's had to go through and how he can't openly enjoy
The
it.
show about to
hobby,
speed
how
up the
he has
white
to
boy.
have this weight on his
Thank you.
back of always potentially being caught.
Yeah,
all of his
that's
coral,
dirty.
all of his work confiscated. I mean, the United States is the
That's
largest
really dirty.
consumer market for saltwater aquariums.
Just
I know
'cause they
that
don't
trade
know
isn't exactly legal in other parts of the world,
what-
but it's just
what they
definitely
don't
really
know.
interesting to hear from
They
someone
don't
who I
show.
see honestly so
They
much
just
in
don't give a
myself,
damn
and
about a
the
boy
passion that I have for
sipping
seeing him
the
talk
juice in the
about it.
hood.
It's just, it's crazy. If you enjoyed this
Man,
video, make
just-
sure to subscribe to the channel. We've
He said,
actually
"What the
been
fuck
filming
is this
here in
nigga
Colombia
talking
for the last
about?"
2 weeks, and we're going to be continuing the adventure for the next week. So lots
Yeah,
of
but man,
videos
look, make sure you hit that like and
to
subscribe button, man. This is the real DJ Gravy.
Make sure to check out my Instagram and follow
And I
me
think-
to get live updates when we're at places.
Who knows? I'm gonna put some information in the link. If there's some petitions we could sign to help him out or some whatever. If it's not, then it ain't nothing I'm gonna put. But I will put the full video in the link, man, and you know, in his page and channel and stuff. So I'ma holla. It's all good. And do all of it.
Thank you guys, everyone who's already subscribed. Thanks so much for watching.